Hi everyone, this is Yuda, an immigration lawyer. Today I'd like to talk about the revision of the criteria for the Business Manager visa. On October 10, 2025, a ministerial ordinance regarding the Business Manager visa was officially issued. In other words, the long-awaited reform of this visa category has now been finalized. Many people have been wondering what the final version would look like, especially since there have been various reports and public comments about the potential changes. So in today's video, I'll clearly explain what was actually decided based on both the newly issued ordinance and the guidelines published by the Immigration Services Agency. We'll look at the three key points you need to understand: the major changes in the new criteria, how applications submitted before enforcement will be handled, what will happen to renewals for people who already hold a Business Manager visa. Let's get started. 1. The main changes in the new criteria. There are 5 major changes that you should know about. 1. Capital requirement. The first change is the required amount of capital. Until now, the minimum capital was 5 million yen. Under the new rule, that amount will increase 6-fold to 30 million yen. This is a huge change and will significantly raise the threshold for new applicants. 2. Business experience or educational background. The second change concerns experience and education. Currently, there are no specific requirements for management experience or education for those operating a business. However, under the new regulation, applicants must have at least 3 years of management or business administration experience or possess an academic background equivalent to or higher than what is generally required for business management in the relevant field. Now, here's something interesting. The new rule specifies that management experience may include activities under a designated activities, startup visa, status for business preparation. However, in practice, the startup visa system hasn't been very functional. Very few people use it. That's because the previous requirements for the Business Manager visa weren't very strict, so most people could apply directly without needing to use the startup visa route. But now, with the higher bar set by the new requirements, the startup visa is expected to play a much more practical role. Applicants will likely start by obtaining a startup visa, use the 2-year preparation period to build their business, and meet the new criteria, and then switch to a Business Manager visa once they're ready. 3. Employment obligation. The third point is about employment requirements. Previously, there was no mandatory employment condition. You could either invest 5 million yen or hire 2 or more full-time employees to meet the standard. Under the new rule, however, you must hire at least 1 full-time employee. This is now an obligatory condition. Be careful. Full-time employee does not mean just anyone working full-time. The rule specifically excludes people with certain resident statuses under Table 1, such as engineer, specialist in humanities, international services, or skilled labor. Eligible employees are only Japanese nationals, special permanent residents, or foreign nationals with statuses under Table 2, such as permanent resident, spouse of a Japanese national, or spouse of a permanent resident. In short, if your company has only the president and 1 foreign employee with a work visa, that does not meet the requirement. You'll need to employ at least 1 Japanese or a qualifying permanent status holder. 4. Japanese language requirement. The fourth point is Japanese language ability. Until now, there was no language requirement. Under the new rule, either the applicant or one of the full-time employees must have a considerable level of Japanese proficiency, specifically JLPT N2 level or equivalent. That means either you or 1 key staff member must be able to communicate in Japanese at an advanced level. 5. Verification by a certified specialist. The 5th and final change is about professional verification. Previously, you could prepare and submit your own business plan without any professional review. Under the new rule, however, your business plan must be reviewed and verified by a qualified professional. Currently, recognized professionals include certified public accountants, licensed tax accountants, and small and medium enterprise management consultants. This list might expand in the future, but as of now, you must obtain written confirmation from one of these professionals before applying. Those are the 5 main points of the new revision. 2. applications before enforcement. Rush applications. Now, let's move to the second topic. What will happen to applications submitted before the enforcement date? Here's the conclusion. The new criteria will take effect on October 16, 2025. Applications submitted by October 15, 2025 will still be examined under the old criteria. However, please note that many people are now rushing to submit their applications, and the Immigration Bureau is fully aware of this situation. Because this revision was introduced to prevent abuse, such as fake or paper companies, the immigration authorities will likely conduct much stricter reviews of these last-minute applications. So even though you can technically apply under the old criteria until October 15th, expect tougher scrutiny and longer processing times. 3. Renewal for current business manager visa holders. Now let's talk about those who already hold a business manager visa. This is a very important topic. According to the Immigration Bureau's announcement, a 3-year grace period will be provided. This means that until October 16, 2028, renewal applications will not be automatically rejected even if they don't meet the new standards, such as the 30 million yen capital requirement. Instead, immigration officers will review your current business performance and future prospects to determine whether you're likely to meet the new standards in time. So, during this period, even if your business doesn't yet meet the new criteria, you may still be approved. But the screening will be much stricter than before. If immigration officials judge that your business is unlikely to meet the new standards in the future, your renewal could still be denied. After the grace period, from October 17, 2028 onward, you will, in principle, need to fully meet the new criteria to renew your visa. There will be some exceptions, though. If your business is doing well, has paid its taxes properly, and is expected to meet the new standards by the next renewal, you may still be eligible for an extension. However, the specific details, such as what counts as good business performance or how much profit is required, have not yet been determined and will likely be decided through future administrative practice. So if you currently hold a business manager visa, please remember this. You have 3 years to prepare, but after that, you must meet the new criteria to continue your visa status. Use this time to strengthen your business, increase your capital, hire at least one qualifying employee, and build a sustainable structure. Summary. Let's summarize the key points we covered today. New rules start on October 16th, 2025. Capital requirement, 30 million yen. At least one qualifying full-time employee new conditions, including Japanese proficiency and certified verification applications, before October 15th, 2025. Old criteria will apply, but screening will be stricter due to expected rush applications. Renewals for existing visa holders. A 3-year grace period is available until October 16, 2028. After that, renewals will require full compliance with the new criteria. Exceptions may apply for well-performing tax-compliant businesses. That's all for today's update. Please make sure to understand these 3 major points carefully and prepare accordingly for your next application or renewal. Thank you very much for watching.